Hello, today we are going to study formation of a company, chapter number 7, NCERT, Business Studies, class 11. So, what are the distinct stages of formation of a company? So, there are four stages: promotion, incorporation, subscription of capital, and commencement of business. So, you can remember it by a word, PICS, but here S is before C. PICS, not, it's not PICS, it's PISC. Just to remember, you can remember a word, PICS. So, what about promotion? What is promotion and what are the functions of promoter? So, functions of a promoter are identification of business opportunity. He thought, he was thinking all round the clock a day, and suddenly he came up with an idea and thought that it's good. So he thought it's a good idea, so he should think more of it. So it is identification of business opportunity or identifications of the idea. Now, feasibility studies, checking whether it is possible or not. There are three types of feasibility studies. First is technical, second is, wait, we'll discuss it one on one. Why am I telling you all? We will discuss it. Technical feasibility, it means whether the components used in it are available or not. If it is not available, like an example in the book is given, like a person wants to make a car part, so the metal required for the part is not available in our country and can't be exported, so he had to drop his idea. So this is technical feasibility. Required raw material or technology is not easily available. Financial feasibility, so this is the second type of case where your idea was great and and your idea was great, all the raw materials required was available, means there is no technical feasibility issues. So financial feasibility issues means it is available but it's very costly, you can't get it, or you can get it but it will not be sufficient for you, so you have to drop the idea. Lack of funds and it can't be easily arranged, so it's financial feasibility. Now, economic feasibility, what do you mean by economical feasibility? So like you came with the idea and you thought it would be a fantastic one and you will earn a lot of profit, so you are going to earn profit and you are thinking that you will earn profit. It's not for the development of the society, it's the development of yourself and your bank balance, you can say. So all the two cases where, yes, all the components needed were available, the funds required were available, but there is a very low chance that it would be profitable. And why would you just invest in a thing that will not give you profit? You are not an NPO, not for profit organization. So due to low profitability of the idea, you dropped it, so it is economic feasibility. So 2 points we discussed. Functions of promoter. First was identification of idea, you can say. Second was feasibility studies. Third is name approval. So idea was great, it is feasible, and now you are going for a name, let's say. So you can't have a name which a company already has, or a very similar name to it. Like you can say you are going to make noodles, so you can't copy Maggie for Aggie. There is Maggie before your company, and now you are naming your company as Aggie. Or you are going to manufacture shoes, slippers, so you are going to name your company Reebok, not Reebok, Reebok. So what does the name approval say? It says that the name must not be very similar or exact, and it must not be misleading or use any type of flags or symbols like flag of India, flag of England, like that, flag of UNESCO, etc. So you can't use it. So like you hadn't did it for by purpose, it was accidental. Like you thought Aggie would be a good name, but there was Maggie. So what you have to do is you have to give 3 names according to their priority, and if a name gets rejected, the second one would be taken, and if the second one would be rejected, then the third one would be taken. So this was point number 3. Now point number 4, fixing up signatories to the memorandum of association. So signing the memorandum of association, it means that the directors of the company agree and give a written consent to act as directors and to take up the qualification shares. So they sign a paper in which it is clearly written that they would be acting as director and they will pay money for the qualification shares. What are qualification shares, we will study ahead. Appointment of professionals. So in all the legal formalities, all the documents required, a company hires professionals so that they can help in preparation of necessary documents. So here a good point is written. What is return of allotment? So names, address of shareholders, how much number of shares they hold. It is signed by the owner or secretary, and it is given back to the shareholders so that they also have a proof that I have this much of shares of your company. So now preparation of necessary documents. There are 6 major documents required, and in the 6, a subheading has more 5 heading. Means in 6 documents there is a document called MOA, Memorandum of Association, and it has 6 parts. So listen carefully. So now first is Memorandum of Association. What is Memorandum of Association? So it's the most important document of a company. It has 5 parts. So first part is the name clause. told you that what would be the name of the company. It is clearly written in the memorandum of association. Second is registered office clause. So where would be your headquarters or main office will be registered, in which state, what is the proper address of the state is clearly written in it. Objects clause. What are your objective to open this business? Like you are going to manufacture shoes and slippers, not Reebok. Okay, let's take your company's name as Reebok. No, but it will conflict the name clause. So XYZ Limited. So you are going to manufacture shoes and slippers. So it is your objective to manufacture shoes and slippers. So you will not be going to manufacture phones, as the objective is clearly written in the objective clause. Liability clause. As you will issue shares, let's say you issue shares of 10 rupees each. A person bought how much shares? 100 shares. And he paid 6 rupees share each. So he paid 600 rupees, but he had share of 1000 rupees. So when you said you will collect the paid up capital 400 rupees later, but during that time the company dissolved. It was trapped in bad debts, and so you have to wind it up. So as it has limited liability of its shareholders and its owners, so the shareholders only have to give of how much liable they are. Like they are liable of 400 rupees. In our previous example we said they are liable of 400 rupees, so they will give 400 only and not their assets, so that the company can pay off their debts. Now what is capital clause? Capital clause, it specifies the maximum capital which the company will be authorized to raise through the issue of shares. How much a company would be able to collect money from the share market, shares, issue of debentures. In it is clearly written how much shares in quantity, like 10,000, 20,000, 10 lakh, 20 lakh shares would be there. What is the face value of each share, and all these types of thing is written in the capital clause. So articles of association, it's the second heading, not subheading. So it is subsidiary to MOA. It is optional. You can opt it and you can opt out. It says what are your wait a second. What's the word? I just forgot the word. What's the word? The ethics, etc. is written. I'm sorry. Ethics was the word. Ethics and small clauses, what are your motives, etc., etc., what you will do. It is subsidiary. The main document is memorandum of association. Now third is consent of proposed directors. Like we discussed it, they have to give a written notice that they agree to be the directors and how much they will pay for the qualification shares. D, agreement. It is optional. You can have it or you cannot have it. Here it is written who will be the director, managing director, etc. Statutory declaration. Fifth document. So it is a declaration stating legal requirements, that all the legal requirements asked by the registrar, like all the documents, important documents, is submitted. It's the thing that all the documents required is submitted. And sixth point, receipt of payment of fee. As you prepared the document, submitted it to the registrar of companies, and he checked all and issued you a incorporation of company certificate. So he would take some fees for the same. So here you are required to give the receipt of the payment of fee given by the registrar of companies. So this was this was functions of promoter, and it is the end of today's video. So do consider a subscribe if you want, and we will study